Pre-ordering the deluxe edition of NHL 26 is giving you a ton of choice packs early on to start your Hockey Ultimate team. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the ones that I would recommend if you are trying to build the best team possible. I want to make it very clear. I've said this for years now. If you have a favorite player or a favorite team that is among the choices, take that. Because just taking the best cards available is not going to help you exponentially. You're going to have more fun using your favorite players. With that being said, if you are looking for a walkthrough to try and put together the best team, here's what I'd recommend. All right, so the first decision you are going to have to make is your captain choice pack. Now, how these will work is you will get a +5 ability point limit increase when you get 6 players from whatever division that corresponds to the captain you chose. So, for example, if you were to take Mackenzie Weegar and you got 5 other Pacific Division players into your lineup, then you would receive the +5 ability point limit increase for your team. Now, during early access, it looks like they've really juiced the ability point limit all the way up to like 50. I expect that to return to somewhere closer to what it was in the deep dive, like in the single digits. We'll have to wait and see, however. That being said, going through the options, you've got the 82 overall Patrick Laine at 6'4", 208. He has Specialist 1T with 85 speed, 83 excel. Anything speed-wise, 85 and above is more than fine. He's got a pretty good shot in the mid to high 80s. His deking is 85. So Patrick Laine all around is a pretty good card. He is a pure right-handed winger, though. Next up, we've got the 82 Jonas Brodin. He is the Central Division captain. The left-handed defenseman comes with Specialist Quick Pick, and 86 speed and excel with 85 agility. Again, very good skater for this stage of the game. His slap shot accuracy is down at 73. Something I have noticed while playing, skill-based one-timers are still in the game. You can still score with them, but I've noticed that if your shot accuracy is extremely low, you won't even come close to the net, even with a skill-based one-timer. And then defensively, he has 87 defensive awareness with 86 stick checking. That's very good for this stage of the game. This is a very good defenseman. Then we've got Mackenzie Weegar at 6'2", 206. The right-handed defenseman comes with Specialist Warrior. Now, Warrior will unlock enhanced shot block animations, and it essentially negates the biggest effects of truculence. But I don't know how many truculence players we'll see throughout our lineup, especially on the defensive side of things. You're going to go up against forwards more than defensemen, and there just hasn't shown to be a lot of forwards that have truculence. Now, the big bonus here, though, with Mackenzie Weegar is that he has 88 speed and 85 acceleration, making him one of the faster defenseman cards that you can get early on in the game. His slap shot accuracy is only 76, and his hand stats are quite low, but he does have decent body checking at 83 overall, and then defensive awareness and stick checking is at 85. Very good option for your team. And then lastly, we've got the 82 Anders Lee, the Metro Division captain at 6'3", 231. He's got Specialist Big Tipper, which just has really never been a game-changing X-Factor ability. It's extremely fun, and I love setting up a good tip shot. It just has never really been necessary. It's more fun than anything else. He's got 84 speed and excel, so good but not great skating, and his shot accuracy is pretty low as well for a forward. He does have 85 body checking and 75 face-off rating. I wouldn't want to go much lower than that, but it's still passable for launch of the game. But he's really a defensive winger, which is usually like the least sought-after player type. Now, when it comes to who you should pick, honestly, whatever team that you're a fan of, I'd pick their division, because you're more than likely going to have quite a few players from that division. But you also have to consider lineup combination boosts. We're going to get into that in detail, and there's a few of these captains that really fit some strong lineup combinations. For example, Patrick Laine can actually get +2 overall if he is paired with 2 Blackhawks because he is from Finland. That would give him 87 speed, 85 acceleration. Speed and acceleration go up +2. It is not 0.5 like it was in prior years. This makes his card pretty deadly. Mackenzie Weegar can also go up +2 overall if he is paired with a Nashville Predator. Now, it is much harder to get a specific player from the Nashville Predators that you could pair with him, but at that point, he has 90 speed, 87 acceleration. So, again, just another big thing to consider. The tiebreaker for me, though, is that Mackenzie Weegar can also get a boost to AP on top of his initial captain bonus if he is paired with a St. Louis Blue. So it just gives you more lineup flexibility, and I think with his skating, he would be the player that I would choose. Now, when it comes to your pre-order bonuses, you will get a NHL Players Pack, an Icons Choice Pack, a Heroes Choice Pack, and then a Hut Starter Choice Pack from the Fresh Ice event. you're actually going to get a really strong start if you pre-order the deluxe edition of the game. Let's start first with the Icons Choice Pack. This is going to be really the highlight of your team. So taking a look at the icon choices for Season 1, you've got the 86 overall Joe Thornton. He's 6'4", 220. The left-handed center is just an absolute unit. Now, he comes with Elite Big Rig, as well as All-Star Tape to Tape, meaning that he can auto-sauce pretty much anywhere on the ice. The one thing I will mention about Big Rig is that a lot of the casual player base does not use the Puck Protect animation correctly, meaning that you actually have to activate the Puck Protect animation to get this ability activated. And for a lot of the player base, I feel like they don't know how to activate it. You do so by clicking in the left thumbstick and then aiming what direction you want to protect the puck, but it is kind of an awkward thing to do. Now, Joe Thornton at 84 speed, 82 excel, and 83 agility. Again, on the lower end of good. It's passable at this stage, but you have to remember that a lot of players will focus on the fastest cards available, and it will quickly get outpaced. He's got a pretty good shot in the mid to high 80s, and his hand stats are great as well. 94 offensive awareness, 95 passing, as well as 86 face-offs. This is a great center card if you are looking to go center. However, I just think that Big Rig is not nearly as impactful as some of the other abilities. Then we've got Chris Chelios, the right-handed defenseman at 6', 191, comes with Elite Warrior and Hipster. In my opinion, this is a pretty rough ability combo. I think Warrior is only impactful when you are going up against players with truculence for the most part. It does have some other usefulness, but that's really the main benefit of it, is it just kind of takes away players that have truculence. And Hipster, I think, is completely useless. With the nerf to hip checking, it's just always going to be more advantageous for the most part to either hit someone normal or stick check them. Now, when it comes to attributes, Chris Chelios is actually great. 87 speed and excel, 85 agility. He's got a really good slap shot at 86 accuracy, 89 power. His hand stats are pretty rough, though. 78 deking means that he is not going to be able to pull off a deke at all. Not that you're looking to make a ton of moves with your defenseman, but still. 88 body checking, however, is great, and he's got 92 defensive awareness, 86 stick checking. Really, really good defensive attributes. If he had a different ability combo, I think he would be a really strong option if you were looking to go defense, but I just think it's a bit of a waste because of these abilities. Next, we've got Henrik Lundqvist. Outside of being a Rangers fan, Lundqvist would be a pretty tough take here, simply because goaltenders never matter. They are never going to be super impactful or more impactful than a forward or a defenseman. Now, Elite Showstopper is nice. It helps dealing with screens and things like that. It also allows them to make multiple saves in a row quite well. But again, it's not going to carry you to a ton of wins. All-Star Sponge is interesting. It helps with rebounds, and it eliminates the stun that you get from Rocket. But again, I don't know how many players are going to have Rocket right off the start. He does have 85 speed, which is good for this stage. He does have very high aggression. That's something I've noticed with a lot of goaltenders, and I don't know if it's just the ones that aren't like 6'6", but when aggression is this high, they play way too far out of their net, and with the way that this game is played, unless the players are just taking shots from anywhere, anything in tight, it's very easy to score on with someone with high aggression. Then we've got Chris Pronger, the left-handed defenseman at 6'6", 220, comes with Elite Stick 'em Up and All-Star Truculence. Unreal ability combo. He has 84 speed and 83 excel, but only 77 agility. He is just going to turn so slow. He does have 91 slap shot power, 84 slap shot accuracy. His deking's at 72, so you're either passing or shooting. 90 body checking with 92 defensive awareness and stick checking. When you combine all of that with his size, he's a very, very good player, and I wouldn't fault anyone for taking him. Now, again, something to consider is if you did go Chris Pronger, you could pair him with that Captain Mackenzie Weegar, and you would get an additional 5 ability points. Now, again, ability points are not at a premium just yet, and I don't think I would burn my icon selection specifically for ability points at this stage, but again, just something to consider. In my opinion, the real decision comes down between two players. One of them is Sergei Fedorov. Returning to the franchise at 6'2", 207, the left-handed center comes with Elite Wheels and All-Star Quick Pick. Elite Wheels means that he can use his 91 speed and 91 acceleration in full force when he's carrying the puck. He does not get the skating debuff when carrying the puck like all other normal players do. He's got a great shot with 90 power on the wrist shot and slap shot, 90 deking, 91 offensive awareness, great passing and puck control, and 89 face-off rating, which is one of the highest in the game. So you've got a rock solid centerman, which is, in my opinion, the most important position. If quick pick was quick draw instead, I think this would push Sergei Fedorov over the edge in being my number one selection, but I wouldn't fault anyone for going Fedorov. This is a great card, and you can do a lot to build on this card. Another issue to consider is that Fedorov does not get really any lineup combination boosts that are going to be impactful for you. So again, that's more of a tiebreaker. And then number one, it's Teemu Selanne for me. The right-handed winger at 6'209", he's got elite pressure and all-star quick release, which is one of the best offensive combinations you can have. Essentially, what this means is that every time Teemu Selanne takes a shot on net, you get a big chunk of the pressure meter filled. On top of that, every single snapshot and wrist shot you take is now going to come off your stick faster and decrease the goalie's readiness on every shot that isn't a slap shot from Selanne. It's just a nasty combo to have because every shot is already dangerous enough, considering he has 90 wrist shot power and accuracy, already one of the best in the game. But the real kicker here is that he has 94 speed, 92 acceleration, making him one of the fastest cards in the game. And on top of that, they buffed his endurance all the way up to 84. He's got 91 deking. This card almost seems like he's too good. I don't know how they made his attributes get this high, but only staying 86 overall. The other gigantic benefit to Teemu Selanne is that he has two different options of lineup combinations to get to +2 overall. And when you consider that speed goes up by whatever the combination that you have activated, if you can activate the +2 overall bonus for Teemu Selanne, he has 96 speed, 94 acceleration, making him the best skater in the game at launch. Like I said, I think that Fedorov is a really safe pick because of the center option. I just can't pass up the speed and lineup combination boost that you can do with Teemu Selanne, so I would go with Teemu Selanne. Now that we've done the Icon Choice Pack, that can really help make your decision for the Heroes Choice Pack. So let's go through our options for the Hero Choice Pack. We've got the 83 Marcus Naslund with Elite Quick Release. Again, one of the best offensive abilities in the game, in my opinion. Now, the 6'190" left-handed winger comes with 86 speed, 85 acceleration, and 86 agility. So he is a good skater for launch of the game. He also has a great wrist shot, 91 on the accuracy, 87 power, and good hand stats with 90 offensive awareness. Obviously, he is a pure left-handed winger. And if you went Fedorov, you could add a really strong winger to your team to help round out that line. Next, we've got Rob Blake at 6'4", 220. The right-handed defenseman has Elite Rocket, which is one of the newer abilities this year. Now, it does not look like it will activate on skill-based one-timers, but if you take a slap shot on net and you hit a goalie up high, it will literally stun them. So it's going to be interesting to see how potent this ability is. Now, he does come with 84 speed, 83 excel, and 79 agility, so again, not a great skater, but 87 body checking, good defensive awareness so that they can actually intercept passes. I still think that there are better options here than Rob Blake, though. Next, we've got Keith Tkachuk. 6'2", 235. The left-handed winger comes with Elite Big Rig. I talked about that already. I think Big Rig is just not going to be very effective at all for a lot of the player base. He has 84 speed, 85 excel, and 84 agility. With his size, very hard to knock him off the puck. He's got mid to high 80 shooting. His hand stats are right around 85, and then he's also got 86 body checking. More of a forechecking winger, and like I mentioned, there just isn't a ton of need for that, but he's still a good card. Again, I just think there are better options. Alesh Hemsky is interesting. The right-handed winger at 6', 177 has elite edges. Terrible name combo there, which is still one of the best abilities in the game. He has 86 speed, 84 excel, and 86 agility, and mid-80s shooting. His hand stats are all in the high 80s, 87 deking, 89 offensive awareness. Is a pure right-handed winger. Now, there is a line combination that can get him a +2 overall if you pair him with a Colorado Avalanche and a player from Sweden, which would give him 88 speed and 86 acceleration, and his wrist shot power would get up to 90. And keep that in mind, that one is a little bit more difficult to hit. However, there are two kind of front runners for me. First is the 84 Zdeno Chara at 6'9", 250 with elite truculence. If you get hit by him, it's lights out. You'll wipe out your stamina. You'll probably lose your stick. and there's really no getting around him if someone can play good positionally. However, he does only have 81 speed. 83 excel, but extremely slow. And for a lot of the player base that goes end to end, you're going to struggle using Zdeno Chara. Now, he does have a good slap shot with 89 power and 81 accuracy. Body checking's up at 88 and great defensive awareness at 90 overall. The big bonus here with Chara is that if you pair him with another Boston Bruin, he can get a +2 overall, which would bump him up to 83 speed, 85 acceleration, which makes him nasty. However, I have a feeling that Charlie McAvoy is going to be very expensive on the market once the game is released. Now, when I talked about Solani, I mentioned that there was a +2 overall boost that you could get. If you went Solani, I would strongly recommend going Jeremy Roenick. At 6'1", 205, the right-handed center also comes with Elite Unstoppable, which will help negate any push checks, as well as allow you to reverse check like it's an NHL 25. He's got 87 speed and excel, 85 agility, good endurance at 83 overall, a good shot in the mid to high 80s. His hand stats are usable as well. He's got 86 body checking, and they boosted his face-off rating to 86 overall, meaning that if you did not go Fedorov, you've got a perfect combo to go with Teemu Solani, and all you need is one more Blackhawk to get a +2 overall boost across the board, meaning that Jeremy Roenick could get up to 88 overall in the face-off rating and 89 speed and excel, while Solani is kicking it with 96 speed. Just an absolutely gross combo, and in my opinion, just too good to pass up in the early game. Next up, we've got our Fresh Ice Player Choice Pack, where we get to select one free Master Set player item from the first release of the Fresh Ice event. Now, we'll start first with Logan Thompson. At 6'4" and 86 speed, he's probably going to be one of the better goaltenders at launch of the game. He's got All-Star Recharge, which is a very good ability. It helps stop the fatigue when making saves. It'll also give you a big boost of energy anytime he makes a desperation, breakaway, or perfect one-timer save, which is not going to be something that you can rely on, but there's no getting around it. He's going to be one of the best goaltenders early at launch. I will say, however, goaltenders, again, are not going to make or break your team and how well you perform in-game. They're almost always going to be the least important position to fill. Next, we've got Morgan Rielly from the Toronto Maple Leafs. At 6'1", 225, the left-handed defenseman comes with All-Star Send It. Now, Send It used to be one of the worst abilities in the game. Now, in my opinion, one of the better ones. Because when you make a pass and hit a player in stride, they will get a temporary boost to acceleration, which could be the difference between getting caught by a defender or a breakaway. But more importantly, it unlocks the ability for players to perform automatic saucer passes. And this is on any pass, which makes it a great ability. So anytime that there is someone in the way, you don't have to manually saucer pass it. If they have Send It, it will trigger and they will automatically saucer it, making it harder to intercept. Now, when it comes to his attributes, 86 speed and excel is great. He's got 85 endurance. His shot is a little mediocre. He does have 88 passing and 81 body checking to go with 84 defensive awareness and 87 stick checking. All in all, a very strong option if you were looking to add a defenseman to your team. Now up next is the 84 overall Tyler Seguin. At 6'2", 201, the right-handed center comes with All-Star Quick Release. Again, one of the better abilities in the game. He also has 86 speed and excel with 85 agility and a really good shot. 86 accuracy with 88 shot power on both, and essentially 86 hand stats across the board. He does have 83 face-off rating as well, which means that he is very viable to play at center. And another thing to consider, there is an AP boost where if you combine 3 Canadians, you will get a +3 to ability points. Again, it doesn't look like it's going to matter during early access, but if they do bring that number way down drastically, I think ability points are going to be very important, and he could help provide some relief there. Then you've got the cover athlete, Matthew Tkachuk. At 6'2", 202, the left-handed winger has All-Star Big Tipper. Like I mentioned before, Big Tipper is a fun ability, but not necessary. Again, it's very situational. He has to be in a position to tip home a puck. And even if he doesn't have Big Tipper, you can still set up a tip shot just the same, and it's really effective. He's got 84 speed, excel, and agility, which is usually always an issue where he's got really low skating. 84 is fine. He's got 87 hand stats, 84 deking, 83 body checking, which is great. He is a pure left-handed winger, and there are a lot of left-handed wingers. Again, I think he's a fine card. He does have some line combination usefulness. For example, if you pair him with a St. Louis Blue and an Ottawa Senator, he can get +1 overall. That one is a little bit more tricky to activate, but it is still an option. And then we've got the 84 Brock Faber. This is an extremely strong card. 6'1", 200. He has all-star elite edges, which is still one of the best abilities in the game. This will activate without the puck as well. It allows you to make your cuts while keeping your speed. Early on in the game, you will really notice elite edges, but he has 91 speed, 88 excel. There is not a lot of cards in the game that are going to be far better than that. So that alone will make him useful, and he's got good size at 6'1", 200. He's got 83 body checking, 87 defensive awareness, and 88 stick checking. If you pair him with an LA King, he can also get a +1 overall boost, meaning that his acceleration would touch 89, and his speed would get up to 92. Now, if you did go Mackenzie Weegar, you have to understand that you are essentially making one of those players go onto the second line, but I'm completely okay with two of my defensive pairings having a stud at launch of the game. So I would recommend Brock Faber. Now, the last pack we have is an NHL Players Pack with 6 random NHL or NHL alumni players. So let's see if we pull anything. See if we can start off the year with a big pull. 77 overall. I do want to note that 77s are the barrier for entry for the Fresh Ice event. 76 and below are completely useless. They're basically just used for trade-ins to get up to a 77. So anything 77 and above has some use to it. So I'm okay with that. Adam Larson, don't hate that. 76, Mike Johnson, but he is an alumni. We've got 77, Dylan Sandberg. 79, Tony Granato. That's actually huge because you can trade in 79 overall alumni. And a 77, Grant Marshall. Okay, so not bad. We got a few cards that we could use as potential trade-ins. So the last thing we have to do is take care of our 4,600 points. In all honesty, I would try and wait until potentially the fantasy event or even worldwide access on September 12th to use your pre-order points because it's just safer. Anything that you get during early access, you're not going to be able to sell or you're not going to want to sell because no one has enough coins to actually get the correct value. You have to wait a little while before everyone starts getting a lot of coins, and that will raise the price of things. In early access, it's very hard to get coins. That being said, there are a ton of packs and different options to choose from. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip one of these early access player choice packs. They have some of the best odds to pull an 85 and above player item, 13%. That'd be like Connor McDavid, for example. But you also have 100% to pull an 80 and above player. Again, like I mentioned, you want to make sure that you pull 77 and above because anything below 77 is just kind of pointless. So we're going to go ahead and rip one of these, and then I'll show you what I'm thinking about doing with my other points. All right, so let's get McDavid. Why not? Why not us? Pull McDavid, start the Nada dollars off strong. All right, Gerard Hilderman. That's not it. Kevin Ball. That's not it. 79. All right, so we're bailed out. Savannah Harmon. That'll work. And our second pick will be Kevin Ball. That'll play. Next up, we've got the 78, Matthias Lassen. 82, Adam Fantilli. Okay. And 79, Nick Levitt. That's a good pull. Again, 79 and above overall alumni items. You can trade those in for heroes or more icons. So that's a huge pull. We'll take him and Adam Fantilli. All right, we're off to a good start. Round 3, 78, Reese Vitelli. The 80, Josh Norris. And 78, Casper Haltonen from my Sharks. Okay, we'll go Josh Norris. And Reese Vitale has great speed. 90 speed and acceleration. There is a lot of cards in other leagues, guys, like the European leagues, as well as the AHL and CHL, that have some crazy speed stats. And early on, speed is devastating. So Reese Vitale might actually make my team. We'll take a look at Casper Haltonen real quick. Yeah, just far slower. So we're going to go with Vitale here. All right, round 4. We've got Justin Taylor, Jesse Confer, and Frederick Anderson. He might be our goaltender. 84 speed, 6'4", and an 81 overall. Don't hate that at all. And we'll go with Jesse Confer just because she's the next highest overall. All right, last round. Let's see if we get something good. Come on now. 82, Mark Stone. Okay. The 79, Bobby McMissile. And 80, Niels Ekman. Oh, man. The original Thornton line mate, Niels Ekman. Okay, so he is definitely going to be one. Again, getting alumni, guys, is very important. And then, obviously, my second choice will be Mark Stone. So, 1,500 points is a little steep for everything we got. But every single round, essentially, did have useful stuff in it. Except for that first one with Kevin Ball. But, honestly, not really going to complain here when it comes to what we ended up getting. Okay, I think what I'm going to do with the remainder of my points is the early access mini pack. Getting as many tradable 77 and above items is going to be important. Regardless if you're trying to make master set player items, 77 are the barrier of entry for events, as well as getting alumni that are around 79 and above overall. So with this early access pack, I can get a lot of packs and hopefully pull enough cards that are 77 and above that even if I didn't want to make a master set player item, I could just sell them. I think if you chase after the big packs, you might get one big pull, which would be huge. But I just think it's much safer to go with having a ton of cards in your collection that you could then sell once worldwide launch happens. So we're going to go with as many of these early access mix packs as we can with the remaining 3,100 points. So let's start ripping these and see if we pull less than a 77, then we're in trouble, but that's perfect. 79 overall, Jaden Schwartz. We've got a home arena, assistant captain, 76, Noah Meyer. That's tough. 78, Sashin, let's go. Jersey, and a 77 overall. So we've got a bunch of cards there that we can use for the Fresh Ice event. I'll take that. If we pull a bunch of 76, that's not going to work. We've also got 76 and an 80 Mike Sillinger. Okay, that's huge. But that was 2 below what we needed. I think I'm not going to risk it with that. I like having better odds. It's a little bit safer to go with these mix packs. So we'll stick with these mix packs and see what we end up with. All right, 49, 77, 79. Man, the alumni pulls are huge, I promise you. 76, that's tough. And that'll be it. 77, Liram Amidovsky. That'll work too. All right, I am liking these packs. Again, I think it's going to be important to have as many cards as possible, but this is why I said to wait, because then you'll know regardless. Chris Wagner at 77. 76, Liam Meyer. Got an arena. A Buffalo Sabres, 76, Matthew Strome. 76, Carter Berger. All right, this one was pretty rough. So we did get one player. We also got a Buffalo Sabres arena, which is kind of nice. Keybank, why not? So that was our first tough pack. Keep going here. Number 76, 79, 76, 77. Okay. All right, so we got a couple again there. All right, we can rip a few more of these, so let's get after it. We're looking for 77 overall players. Come on. Number 79. Work. 76. 77. All right. All right, that'll play. That'll play. And a 77, Lucas Cormier. All right. All right, 400 more points. We can open up another one of these as well. 78. 79. 77. I mean, an icon. 79, Nico Dawes. But that was a good pack. That was 4 players we can use for trade-ins. Now, we only have 500 left, and I don't want to have any left over. So, the math on this is we're going to have to open up one of these. Fresh Ice mini packs. 75. 76. 79. All right, we got a 79. We'll take that. That'll work. A 77. 78. And a 77. Perfect. All right, love that. Okay, that wasn't terrible at all. All right, last one. We'll open up one of these small ones. Let's end it on a high note. Come on now. 75. 78. 76. Assistant captain. Okay, all right. So after opening all the packs and the pre-order bonuses, my team is looking infinitely better than what we started with, highlighted by Teemu Selanne, Jeremy Roenick, and then I've got Matthew Strome as a placeholder. Now, again, like I talked about when it came to the lineup combinations, the one you really want to focus on is going to be the Chicago with one Finn. So because we have Roenick and Teemu Selanne already, there are a couple of options when it comes to that final Chicago Blackhawk. The best option would be to try and acquire Teuvo Teravainen. He is left-handed, perfect winger, 87 speed, 88 excel, and 89 agility, means that he almost touches 90 in all of those stats. However, the other option is Frank Nazar. You can get this 79 overall from the Fresh Ice event sets. It is a 1 in 3 chance to get him, and it is the cheapest set to do when you're trying to build a master set player item. Again, he would be right-handed, and you would have 3 righties on the same line, but you're going to get that +2 boost pretty easily if you went Ronak and Solani, until you can get a better card like Teuvo Teravainen. So that's going to get you all set up with a great team right off the rip with the pre-order bonuses. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below and what cards you're chasing after. I'll see you next time.